Hi, good morning. This is Weekly Reflections, and I'm Nancy Joy here with the very first reflections of 2013. Here we are. Who'd ever thought we arrived? And I'm pretty excited about it. Look, I have on my, my life is good. Gosh, why can't I line that up? Life is good sweatshirt, because it is. It's so great. I mean, I know some of you have arrived. It's been a rough ride coming into this and even over it and into it now into 2013. There's been a lot of things happening for folks over the whole spectrum, but rest assured that whatever it is happening in your life is the best for you right now in this new frequency to move you where you were ready to go. So where I wanted to start this is, how do we live in this new frequency, in this new reality? We've crossed the galactic equator. We've had the shift of 2012. We've aligned with the center of the galaxy. There's huge bands of photonic light hitting our Earth now, which is proved scientifically. You can do a search on it or go to my website. There's a link on my weekly reflections to the scientific proof that this new light is hitting our planet and our solar system, in fact, our galaxy. And so all this is an exciting time, but then it's, what do we do with it? How do we live with it? We are like newborn babies, growing consciously now and having to relearn and create new patterns and build from the old ones. And so here's what I want to share with you that I found so exciting. Did you know that after the human egg is fertilized and it begins to split cells, it splits into 8, 2, then 4, then 8. And when it hits 8 cells, it becomes the human zygote, which is the larger group then out of which all your organs are formed and you as a human being are formed. And so the very first organ formed out of this zygote to differentiate are the heart cells. The heart begins as the zygote splits and splits and splits. The first thing it's forming are heart cells. And as we have learned from fetal cells, that each cell is programmed to create a certain organ or response or whatever in your body. So first after this original 8 comes the heart cells. And they begin to create. Now, science has never understood how the human baby heart starts to beat before any of the other organs are formed, including the brain, because as far as science knows, the brain's the one directing all the functions of the body. It would be logical from the logical mind to say, shouldn't the brain be created first? But no, in fact, it's the heart, and it starts beating without the brain. But what has been discovered scientifically now in the last few years is that there are actual brain cells forming, just a tiny little nodule of brain cells forming in the human heart as the heart cells begin to divide and split. There are actual brain cells in the heart cells. And I find this really exciting. I mean, I knew our heart really directs everything. It is the master of the body. But the brain was created to, I believe, to handle the functions of the human body. But the mastermind is not the brain, it's the heart. And did you know in ancient Egypt, when they mummified the bodies of the pharaohs, queens, etc., for burial, I don't know how much you know about the process, but they took the different organs out and put some of them, what they felt more important ones in urns, the most important one being the heart. And they actually threw the brain away. The brain to them was garbage. These are our ancestors. A lot of the spirituality and metaphysical wisdom that we work with today comes from this body of people. So way back then it was understood that you need to come from the heart. And we talk about this and it's thrown around a lot, but let me tell you what I know. As we begin to grow into 2013 and consciously work on creating our new reality and bringing in the wonderful vibration of photonic energy that's hitting our planet and our cells right now, it's time we learn. You know, we're like newborn babies. We have to learn now to come from our hearts. Drunvelo does a whole body of work on this called Living in the Heart. You can go to his website and find out lots more about it. He's got great meditation, earth sky meditation to bring you into the heart. There's lots of good stuff out there from a lot of people. But what I wanted to communicate most importantly right now is that it's pretty simple to start. It's pretty simple to start living in your heart. Whenever you're in a brain fog, whenever you're in resistance, whenever your emotions are in complete turmoil and you don't even understand why, what's creating it, begin to focus your breath in your heart space. Ezekiel always says palm to palm, inner palm to palm over the heart, high heart, or I go with my high heart, human heart, wherever it feels right there, and close your eyes and start breathing into your heart. And consciously choose to awaken the brain cells in your heart to assist you. Because this is not duality anymore. The brain and the heart, we're not thinking separation anymore. Functions may be separate, but we are part of a greater whole, as is our body. So it's time to start beginning to think from your heart. There's great stuff on my website too. The Heart Speaks. Go into the articles or radio broadcasts or any of the things on my website and look for The Heart Speaks, where the heart actually channeled to me years and years ago all about how to live in it, how to be in it, how to function in it. And I will also put a link to that on this Reflections, which you can find posted on my Heartlights website, www.heartlights.net. So to make a long story short, it is the time as we embark in 2013 to consciously bring our awareness into our heart and begin to literally think from our hearts. There are brain cells there to activate, to use. It's going to open more flow of information from greater sources to you. It's going to create a more stable platform from which you can leap now and create and move into the new spaces. So I'm pretty excited about it. I'm pretty excited about, God created the symbiotic heart and brain cells together in the very beginning of the human brain, human being. So let's learn to use them together. This is the exciting beginning, what I see, a way to really awaken and move through this next time consciously. So I'm pretty excited about it. I want to share with you now the next thing coming up in Heartlights is the Dolphin Free Swim in Bimini. Lots of good information on that. Now, this trip is dedicated to now we're awake. Now we're creating the new reality. Now the dolphins are calling us to work with them before we go in to be coded by them and healed by them. And now we're partners with them. We're brothers and sisters. So it's a whole different energy to return to the dolphins now and work with them. So I hope some of you will be guided to do that. We'll be back to the UK and Glastonbury for a crop circle and spiritual journey there in August. And then Egypt in November, a return to Egypt in a new way as co-creators, as masters in our own right. It should be very powerful 2013. I'm really looking forward to it. As always, I love to hear from all of you and would really like your feedback. Have a great week. We'll see you again next week.